I'm David Kemper, the chair of the American Indian Studies Department here at San Diego State, and one of the founding members of the Surf Skate Studies Collaborative. And the goal behind our collaborative and our Stoke Sessions Conference is to celebrate San Diego as being the heart of surfing and skating globally. And there was no better way we could do it than having Steve and Tony Hawk come. It was a phenomenal event. Probably around 800 students, community, and faculty staff came. One of the largest events of the semester for sure. And they just exploded with energy and a wealth of knowledge about surfing and skating, both here in San Diego and internationally. It's amazing to have such globally known figures here at San Diego to help us with our collaborative and to be a key part of our conference. I think my personal favorites were Steve Hawk talking about his time surfing in Antarctica, one of the few people on Earth to have done that, and Tony Hawk talking about the work he does in community, particularly in American Indian communities, which is my specialty, was just beautiful to see. Few people of his level of excellence in sports give back the way he does, and we were honored to have both of them here on campus.
Hello, I'm Dr. Naftali Williams, and I was honored to be the moderator in a discussion with Selema Masekela, one of the most renowned names in all of action sports culture. To do that here at San Diego State University was beautiful because this is actually the home of so much surf and skateboarding culture.
It's my first time attending the Stoke conference, and I read through the synopsis and some really interesting speakers, and the word Stoke, it's a really important word. So Stoke and hope, inextricably connected. So I'd like to give a big shout out to Jess Ponting from San Diego State University and his colleagues and team members, but certainly Jeff for orchestrating this conference. I love the way the conferences bring people together. You never know what can happen at conferences. I was at a conference a few years ago and I met a guy called Patrick Moser. We became co-authors of my first book, and then we did another book together, and certainly it changed my life path. So you never know what can happen with the interaction at a conference. I'm stoked to be here, and it's really great to be able to share my process, share my method, and share my Stoke.
Aloha, my name is Isaiah Walker. I'm a professor of history at Brigham Young University, Hawaii. Also the author of Waves of Resistance and other articles that really look at the history of surfing. And this conference was very meaningful, a great place for us to share our ideas, and appreciate San Diego State for putting this on.
My name is Dian Hadiani. I am the author of this book, The Chronicles of Chilean, and I'm part of this surf and skate conference in San Diego State University as a keynote speaker. My presentation was about the ancient jungle and surfing, and how this ancient jungle, which actually protected, become the surf destination.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jim Donaghy from Ulster University in the north of Ireland, and I've been here at the conference this weekend talking about our local context in Portrush and the skate culture there. I think the conference has been really fantastic. It's been organised in a real friendly, welcoming, relaxed spirit, which sits so well with the focus of the conference in terms of skateboarding and surfing. I mean, it couldn't be otherwise. And I've already made so many amazing connections, and people have shown so much friendliness and generosity. It's been a really, really wonderful experience, and the sunshine helps as well because we don't get too much of that back home, so it's good to see that.
My name is Jeffrey Swartwood. I'm an assistant professor at the École Polytechnique in Paris. And it's kind of funny to be back working on surf studies, notably, and at SDSU, because I grew up here in San Diego, lifelong surfer. Most of what I've been looking at is California surf culture, indigenous surf culture, looking at representations of women and the LGBTQ communities within surf culture, and how it's becoming so much more plural and so much more incorporative, and how we start to not only look at the manifestations of it, but how we start to theorize some of that. And because the panels are so rich, we've got people from around the world, people from different disciplines, academics and not just academics, and so that part of it's amazing. One of the things that's different in California specifically is, it's very relaxed, and people would almost mistake that for not serious, and then you listen to the quality of the communications and the depth of the knowledge that's being conveyed and the depth of the research that's being done, and that's just amazing. The word Stoke is perfectly appropriate. I mean, it's really that spirit that's permeating this whole thing. So I can definitely say that I was stoked to be here, and I will be stoked to participate in future events, definitely.
Scholars from everywhere have really expressed that this is a place where they see a huge growth in the academic discussions of skateboarding, surfing, and action sports as a whole. We've talked in feminist theories, looked at ways in which to create change through skateboarding, through surfing. It's really been an amazing, amazing conference.